Hello everyone, welcome back to the next part of this Blu-ray video. So we're just gonna get right into it. These are all Wonder Woman Funkos, various different kinds. I'm a big fan of Wonder Woman, as you can tell. And these back here, and then I'll just move these out of the way and then get started. Okay, so first one up here is Plan 9 from Outer Space. Pretty so bad it's good Ed Wood movie. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's pretty trashy, but there's an endearing quality about it, which I like. Stanley Kubrick collection. So this includes Lolita, 2001: A Space Odyssey, Clockwork Orange, Barry Lyndon, Shining, Full Metal Jacket, Eyes Wide Shut. I love all these films. Lolita, I read the book, love the film. 2001: A Space Odyssey is a classic. Clockwork Orange, also read the book, great film. Barry Lyndon, fantastic. So The Shining, obviously a classic. Full Metal Jacket, I love as well. Same with Eyes Wide Shut. I love all these films. Great box set to have if you're a fan. He's one of my very favorite directors. And then we have the Terminator anthology, which comes with Terminator 1, 2, 3, and Salvation. I'm a huge fan of 1 and 2, especially 2. 2 is like the film of my childhood. I've watched it like thousands of times. Love that film. 3, not so bad, and Salvation, I do like what they were trying to do with the film there. So these four are gold for me. The Labyrinth, I believe this is the 4K. Maybe it's a 4K. I'm actually not that sure. But not a bad film. Feels dated. The effects and puppetry also feel dated, but pretty good film. The Poison Ivy collection. This was a blind buy. I wanted to see what these films were about, and then I like the first one, and I think the second one might have been okay. The rest, not so much. The made-for-TV one is probably the worst one, which is the fourth one. Wonder Woman Steelbook. This is the film that kind of started it, the craze for it. I guess she was in Batman v Superman too as well. I like Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. I thought this was a really good film, good, well directed by Patty Jenkins. And I have Wonder Woman 1984 here as well. When I first saw it, I didn't love it, but you know, I gave it a second watch and I thought it was okay. It's not as bad as I thought on the first watch, but still over long, could have been shorter, could have been better for sure. And then the complete collection, the Wonder Woman TV series, which I love. I love Linda Carter as Wonder Woman. I saw the entire thing on TV, and then once they released it on Blu-ray, I was like, I'm 100% getting that. Great. I can't tell you how the box set is because I've not watched it from the box set yet, but I'm sure it's good. The Beatles singles collection. So this is a great little Blu-ray of all the music videos from the Beatles, and you know I love them so much, so it's great to have. And there's a bunch of special features and stuff on here as well. This is the #1 singles collection. Okay, so the space on the top of these is very minimal, so I could just go ahead and do it. Public Enemies, pretty good film from Michael Mann. I kind of forget Michael Mann directed this one as well. Nice little gangster film with Johnny Depp gets to get into that role with Christian Bale as well. John Dillinger. Pulp Fiction, a classic, Quentin Tarantino. Not much needs to be said about it. It deserves all the praise it gets. It's up there in terms of his films. Not my personal favorite, but very good, like top tier. Triple pack of Raging Bull, great boxing film with Robert De Niro by Martin Scorsese. Another Rocky. I already have the Rocky heavyweight collection, so I already talked about that. Usual Suspects, pretty good. I think everyone knows the twist by now, but it's a very layered plot. Not an easy watch, but pretty good film. And then a great film by Paul Thomas Anderson, one of my favorites, Punch Drunk Love, one of the best Adam Sandler films. The writing of this film is just fantastic. Everything about it, his character, love it. And we have this roll right here. Let's bring it down. And here's the triple pack. I mentioned Kick-Ass earlier. I had Kick-Ass 2, so this is Kick-Ass right here. Good film. I like it. Pretty violent. Sets itself apart from like other comic book films. The Spirit, I don't like that much. I haven't watched it. I mean, I've watched it twice now, and I think it's just okay. Kind of like a trying to go for what Sin City was trying to do, but not as good. And The Punisher with Thomas Jane, which I like. Good film. He makes a good Punisher, I think. I do have Warzone. Oh, here it is. Punisher Warzone as well. I guess I filed that under Punisher. So Punisher Warzone. I like it. It's more bloody. It's just nonstop violence. You know, not a whole lot of plot going on, but for what it is, it's like nonstop fun, and I like it. Quarantine. This is based on Rec, the Spanish horror found footage horror film. I love Rec. Rec is fantastic. I just have a hard time finding it on Blu-ray without the box set because I don't like the sequels to Rec. So Quarantine is like almost shot-for-shot remake. An American version, and I think it's good. I wish I had Rec, but this will do for now. A 4K I picked up after watching the film, a nice little western, The Quick and the Dead with Sharon Stone, and an all-star cast. Really good western. The 4K of it also looks good. I got my 4K player pretty recently, so I started getting more and more 4K titles now. A Rainy Day in New York. This is the newest Woody Allen film that came out on Blu-ray. I know Woody Allen is controversial. This has a nice cast. I'm a huge fan of Elle Fanning. It also has Selena Gomez in it. I thought this film was not bad. It was pretty good for what it was. The Stallone Rambo set. So this includes the first 4 Rambo films. First Blood is the best one. First Blood Part 2, Rambo's good. Rambo 3 is good. Rambo 4th one is pretty violent. I don't have Last Blood because I don't like that film. So I probably won't get it. Rashomon, a great Akira Kurosawa classic. Saw this in film class and absolutely loved it. It has a lot to say with different perspectives. Really classic film, man. Absolutely one of the best Criterions you can own. Rat Race, this came out recently. Really enjoyable film about a group of motley characters trying to, I think, win a large sum of money, maybe like $1 million or something. Good fun. Glad that finally got a Blu-ray release. And then Ratatouille, a great Pixar film, one that I rate higher than most Pixar films. Ratatouille is fun, good fun always. Nice steelbook. I like that Disney released all those newer steelbooks as well. Let's see if I could take this out with ease. Raw. So I know they released this on Blu-ray in the States, but this was prior, so I got it from another country. Works fine here. Really good film, kind of like a horror, cannibal horror type film. That's a good one. And then these I see. The Reanimator, one of my favorite horror films, body horror type films. Very, very entertaining all the way through. I've not watched any of the sequels. I can't imagine they'll be that good, but maybe I'll give it a try. The Reader, or the film where Kate Winslet's like naked the entire time. Pretty good film, well performed, especially from Kate Winslet, and it looks like she won the Academy Award for here as well. And then Ready or Not. So this one surprised me when I first saw it in theaters, because I have the AMC AMC A-list, so I'll just watch everything. This one surprised me. I thought it was a really well-made film, pretty funny as well, pretty gory, nice film. Samara Weaving really works as a badass lead, really does. Ready Player One, love this film from Steven Spielberg. I thought there's a lot of nostalgia involved in this one. Just an all-out good time. A lot of Easter eggs in this one. I would definitely like to see Ready Player 2 as well, and that's next. Alright, so let me just move all these aside and then we'll go right there. Alright, that wasn't so hard. Alright, it's a tight fit up here. So first up is one of the best westerns of all time, Once Upon a Time in the West. Great score, wonderful Sergio Leone film, probably his best western. Personal favorite for me is Part of the Dollars Trilogy, but this is a really good film, no doubt about it. One of the best Robin Williams performance comes from this one, I believe. 1 Hour Photo is Robin Williams' best performance, where he's like a creepy guy trying to bond with the family by like stalking them. Great film. This was a recent pickup and a good one at that. Only God Forgives, a Nicholas Winding Refn film. Wonderful film. I think this is a lot of people are mixed about this, but I think it's just so much atmosphere, and only Nicholas Winding Refn can make a film like this. And of course, with Ryan Gosling, this is fantastic. Orgy of the Dead. This is a Ed Wood directed film. There's like no plot. It's just more like a erotic type mixed with horror theme. Not a very good film, but not a bad release either. A really good overlooked horror film is Orphan. I think her name is Isabel Fuhrman, right? She did a really fantastic performance in this, and the twist was great. Everything about this film is great. I really like this film. Seen it many times. It's a real standout horror, and here is a standout comedy. The Other Guys. I think this movie is hilarious. I think it's by Adam McKay. Absolutely hilarious, so quotable, so rewatchable. Great chemistry between the two. However, I don't like the Daddy's Home films. The Outsiders, a book from my childhood, a classic one. This one follows the novel pretty well. Look at this all-star cast that you got going there. Yeah, that's a good one. The original Overboard. I'm a huge fan of Goldie Hawn, so seeing her with Kurt Russell in this, I think it's a pretty interesting plot. Not always perfect, but a pretty decent, entertaining film. The remake was okay, but I don't think it's worth owning. Oz the Great and Powerful. Huge fan of The Wizard of Oz, so I did appreciate Sam Raimi doing a kind of a prequel to The Wicked Witch here. That is a enjoyable watch. Saw this in theaters and had a great time with it. So I first saw this when we went to watch Iron Man 3 in the cinemas, and then snuck into Pain and Gain, and we were blown away by this film, a Michael Bay film that really works. It's not perfect, but it's entertaining and funny, and I really like The Rock and Mark Wahlberg together. Everything's sticking together here. Alright, Pale Rider, good Clint Eastwood Western. Most of them are very enjoyable. Pale Rider is one of them. And then I got Pan. This film is pretty awful. It's not a good film. I'm just a big Rooney Mara fan, so that's why I have it. Some moments here and there, but very fleeting. Not a very good film. I don't know many people that like that one. Panic Room. This is a custom-made Blu-ray. I don't know why this hasn't been released yet. Great Jodie Foster film. A great David Fincher film. This guy never misses. He just does some fantastic work all the time. Paper Towns, film with Cara Delevingne as a lead, even though she's not in it that often. This is a pretty cool release. I mean, it has the full map and everything. Enjoyable, like teen coming of age type film there. Paradise Hills. I really enjoy this film mostly for how it is visually. It's like dreamlike. Great atmosphere. Emma Roberts in this film, and Mila Jovovich as the villain. It's a good one. Paranormal Activity 3 film collection. I mean, I'm not huge on these films. I think the second one might be the best, and then the third. The first one I didn't really like. I feel like nothing ever happened in that one. And then I also got this one like for $1. Paranormal Activity 4. Don't care a whole lot about it either. Paris, Texas. Great Criterion to have. A film by Wim Wenders. Very classic. Not much more I can say, but it is a great journey, this one. Parasite. Was blown away by this when I first saw it. Absolutely amazing. Need to rewatch it. This film has so much to say. Absolutely deserves Best Picture. Here's a Brian De Palma film that came in a nice red case. Passion, with Rachel McAdams and Noomi Rapace. Good one. It's got hallmarks of Brian De Palma in it, and I'm a huge fan of his work. Even though it's not like rated that highly, you know, I still have love for it. Passion Play, kind of a weird film that I didn't care so much about. This was basically like $1 pickup, and I'm a Megan Fox fan, so That's why I have it. Pearl Harbor, kind of a guilty pleasure Michael Bay film. No, by no means is it like a great film, but like the love story aspect, whatever, it just keeps it entertaining. Not a bad watch. Oh, here is the other Natalie Wood film. I hate the way it's designed. Like, Penelope is the name of the film, but you would think she's public entertainment #1. But Penelope with Natalie Wood, great film. I think Natalie Wood is just has such a great presence in film, and it really shows in this one. This is like a heist caper type film, and she gets away with things, and they're trying to catch her. It's good. Good coming of age film. Perks of Being a Wildflower. Nice soundtrack. Yeah, very enjoyable one. I really enjoyed this one when I first saw it in theaters. Personal Shopper. This is the best Kristen Stewart performance, I think. She does a great job in it. Great plot. I really like this one. It deserves its Criterion release. I know a lot of people have mixed feelings about that one. As I mentioned earlier, I'm a huge Phantom of the Opera fan. I love the Broadway musical. I love the soundtrack. I have the soundtrack as well. I saw it on Royal Albert Hall, and I saw it on Broadway. I might have seen it 3 times or twice, I don't know, but I really love this. This is the Royal Albert Hall recording, and it's fantastic. Love the music in that one. And then we have the Joel Schumacher version, which I think is also fantastic. I think he did a wonderful job with this. This is his best film ever, honestly. Great. I love Phantom of the Opera. Phantom Thread, great Paul Thomas Anderson film. Daniel Day-Lewis's retirement from acting, and it was a great film. Just very, very witty, that one. Phone Booth, another Joel Schumacher film, a good one. It's like a tense 90-minute thriller inside of a phone booth with Colin Farrell, and then his life is on the line. Enjoyable from the early 2000s. Comedy from the 2000s, Pineapple Express. Pretty funny. Not as funny as I remember it was, but enjoyable. Seth Rogen and James Franco, they work well together. They go way back to like Freaks and Geeks. Pink Floyd, The Wall, custom made. I'm not sure why this hasn't got a Blu-ray release. That's a criminal offense. Yeah, custom made, The Wall, fantastic soundtrack. Huge Pink Floyd fan, and love it. And here's another custom made Pink Floyd Delicate Sound of Thunder concert. So glad that these concerts are being put out on custom made Blu-rays. Great quality, great concert. Love their music. Piranha, very B-movie film right here. Doesn't take itself seriously, and that's why it's pretty enjoyable. And then Piranha Double D, not as good, but more or less the same thing. I did appreciate David Hasselhoff being here and then playing like a knockoff Mitch Buchanan and running with the Baywatch theme and all that. That was pretty cool. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. I enjoyed the Pirates ride in Disney World when I went, and this was probably based on that ride. I don't know. I honestly don't know, but good film. The only good one. I don't own the rest, and I don't plan on owning the rest because this is the only one I like. Yeah, they went ahead and did more, but I feel like it loses steam as it goes along. Pitch Perfect 1 and 2. I really like Pitch Perfect. I'm a huge Anna Kendrick fan. Pitch Perfect 2 was okay, not as good as its prequel, and then predecessor. And then Pitch Perfect 3. The steelbook is really nice. I really like the steelbook of this, but this film was not good. Definitely the worst one of the 3, and just felt like it didn't need to be made. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, a really good buddy traveling film, kind of like Due Date, which came out later. This is a classic. I try to watch this every year around Thanksgiving. John Candy and Steve Martin, they just work so well together. Really good one. Platoon, Oliver Stone war film. Saw this recently. Very well made, very well deserving of its awards. This one has a young Charlie Sheen in it. Pleasantville, really like this one. Interesting concept. It kind of reminds me of like Truman Show, where they go into the TV, into the show, and then they kind of ruin Pleasantville. Really good film. Creative, very well made. Nice effects for like doing the color mixed with black and white. Good one. I picked this one up for nostalgic purposes. I used to watch Pokemon when I was younger, but not for very long. Like I saw the first movie and I liked the first movie, and I just wanted to own the first movie. But this came with 2 and 3, which I didn't really care for because like I don't understand. You know, I don't watch it anymore, so I don't really understand those ones. The Polar Express, good animated film by Robert Zemeckis. Kind of like a Christmas classic now. Watch this every year. Pretty good. Poltergeist. I was only looking for the digibook for this one, and finally got my hands on it. Love it. It's a good film. One of the top Tobe Hooper films. Yeah, good one. The remake was just very bad. I don't care about that one at all. Here's another like so bad it's good kind of film, Pompeii. I like it enough. I like these type of disaster type films, and also like the sword and sandals era, like Spartacus times, Rome. And I have a huge crush on Emily Browning, so like if she's in it, like I'll watch it. And that was like a guilty pleasure one. Portrait of a Lady on Fire, really good Criterion release here about a lesbian relationship. Really good. Yeah, not much to say. Much else to say. This is fairly new as well. There's a new release. Poseidon, good natural disaster type escape the ship film right here. Very enjoyable. Very well written. Postman Always Rings Twice. Got this recently, rewatched it recently. Still holds up. Very, very interesting film. Poltergeist, The Night of the Chicken Dead. I saw this Lloyd Kaufman film like years ago, and then realized it was on Blu-ray. It's just like smuck, not taken seriously. Pretty stupid. It's like that Trauma-Rama release. I have another one. I think I have another film from them later on. Predator 3-movie collection. Beautiful steelbook. I love the first one. It's something from my childhood, and I always, I love that film. It's so quotable. I remember every second. 2 is okay. I didn't mind 3. I've only seen it once, Predators. And then I didn't like this Shane Black Predator as much. The steelbook is pretty nice, but I didn't like it as much. But I have a soft spot for Predator things. So The Prestige, really great Christopher Nolan film about 2 magicians, rivaling magicians. Was blown away by this when I first saw it, and it still really holds up. This is a really good film, one of his very best. Pretty in Pink. So this was my first Paramount, one of those Paramount slip releases. Yeah, good film, good coming of age film. Molly Ringwald was like the queen of that time. This one came in a horror pack, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Both times I watched it, I haven't enjoyed it. I feel like it's so slow, kind of boring. But this is a 4K release as well, so it was nice of them to throw in a 4K there. Priest and Legion, don't care much for these. These are also from the horror pack that they gave. This is the double salvation pack of both. They just both have Paul Bettany in it. Princess Bride, was blown away when I first saw this. Love it. It's so memorable line wise, and everything about this film is like magical. I love Princess Bride. Don't let anyone ever tell you otherwise. This film is fantastic. And now a really good Studio Ghibli film. Not my favorite one, but it's up there. It's probably like top 3. Princess Mononoke. Wonderful story. It's a little more violent than the other Hayao Miyazaki films. It's fantastic. Honestly, watch it if you're into these like animated Japanese films. This is up there. Love that they released all those on Steelbook. It's like so good. Howard Stern's Private Parts, pretty new release from him. Not a bad film, honestly. Sort of funny in some places, kind of like a biopic of his life. I don't watch the show or anything. That's like the extent I know about him. The producers got this one because I think it was from Shout Factory, and they were saying, oh, they're not gonna sell this or make this anymore, so this was it. I like it. Great film. Gene Wilder is great in it. Mel Brooks film. The producers, like they're trying to make a film that's intentionally supposed to fail just to like make money back or whatever the case is, and then people end up liking it, so it's a good film. One of the best films of 2020, was it last year? 2020 maybe. Promising Young Woman. Really enjoyed this film. Carey Mulligan is one of those actresses, along with like Rooney Mara, where I'm like, how does she not have an Oscar yet? She's so fantastic in everything, and I love her in everything. She's just one of my favorite actresses. She deserves more recognition, and unfortunately, she doesn't always get it. But she's fantastic in Promising Young Woman. I was hoping she could just pull it off and win for this one as well. But she's so great in this. This is a really good film. I enjoyed the hell out of it. Public Enemies. This is like one of those. Sorry, not Public Enemies. Public Affairs. This is like one of those. The erotic releases from Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah. All right. So that is it for this row. I will do the next video next. And then just stay tuned. Thank you.